Good evening, race fans, and welcome into round 14 of the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Race Tech Suspension. Live here on Star Systems TV, we are at St. Louis inside of the Edward Jones Dome as I am flying around. And my name is Kellen Brauer here, live on Star Systems TV, as I said. And joining me is the 2014 MotoOption Supercross Series champion, the one and only Byron Downen. What's up, Byron?
Nothing much. How's it going? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, anytime, man. You know we love having you in the booth, and the fans really dig having the former champ with us. He's taking the night off from racing to help bring you guys coverage.
I've taken the whole week off from doing anything related to MX Simulator.
Right on. Well, let's get a quick check in chat while we're here that you guys can hear and see us, what we're doing right now. And that Byron is loud enough, of course, too, since I always get the audio wrong, but just want to make sure that we are all good to go.
Hopefully I can reach my mic this week.
And we'll have the 450 heat racing coming up here in just a moment. A limited gate tonight, Byron. Not many people signing up for the 450 class this week.
Yeah, I noticed. I checked qualifying right as it was ending, basically, and saw that there was only 40 people signed up. I was kind of tempted, but then I rode a lap on the track, and I was like, "Yep, I am not ready for this."
Well, we'll see what the probably about 35 some odd people can do here tonight on this St. Louis track.
We have 16 riders on the gate in this heat, bro. This first heat race.
Yep, and your current points leader, the Big 21 of Tyson Fresquez, is also on the gate as we are off and running here in St. Louis. Heat 1 off the line, and Burkeen and Fresquez going to dice it out for turn 1, and it's the number 8 of Matt Burkeen who comes out with the hole shot, and he nails the quad right away.
Going quad god into the corner. Fresquez decided to take a Brock Pappy line and cut over some bales going into the second corner there.
We've got a flurry of champions up front right now. Matt Burkeen, last year's outdoor 250 champion, leading the two-time Supercross and one-time outdoor champion Tyson Fresquez. And last year's 450 outdoor champion Jesse Mullins up here. So good battle up front.
Tree-hitting champion himself, August Sanders, sitting there in 4th place.
Oh, big crash out of that was Jeremy Smith on the 4. Just watered it up in the whoops, and a bunch of riders going by here in the early goings of this heat race. Another rider down, that's Neil Wells. As you said, though, Sanders holding down that last transfer spot, and he's got Rush Chapman trying to run him down.
Yeah, it looks like Rush Chapman's going to need to rush his way up on into the number 4 spot if he wants to get the transfer out of this heat race.
Byron Downen hitting us with the checkers puns early this evening.
Well, I did a poll in chat a couple minutes ago before you came in, seeing who wanted me to talk crap about them in the stream tonight. So, yeah, Rush Chapman just kind of gets on through there as Sanders was off the track.
Yeah, Sanders actually made a big mistake landing the Supercross triple and just beelined off the track, so Chapman's going to take over that 4th and final transfer spot. We're going 6 laps here, and the top 4 will transfer directly to the main event. All of the runners going to the semi-races, which you'll see later tonight. Right now, Chapman does hold that final transfer spot, but he's lost touch with the leaders, as Burkeen's starting to stretch his lead out just a smidge over Fresquez, not a lot.
Yeah, this looks like a really mistake-prone track to me. Obviously, I haven't done a lot of laps on it, but the laps that I have done have not been smooth at all. So I'm not surprised seeing all the top guys making quite a few mistakes. Unless your name is Hunter Root, then you'll probably make about 2 mistakes in a whole 20-lap main.
Yeah, no kidding. We'll see Hunter coming up in this second heat race, but right now, it's Burkeen, Fresquez, and Mullins just off the tail out front in this first 450 heat race, and they have broken away from the rest of the field.
Wow, yeah, they are gone about 5 seconds from Chapman, but I want to know the status of Matt Burkeen's internet right now, because I think he is on the infamous Pedro Wi-Fi from the great south of the border training facility.
That could be a problem. There is actually a ping limit rule in RF, although it's very little known. I believe the 1,000 ping limit mark, if it's hit, I don't know if Burkeen has ever gotten to that point at Saab, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't think Saab is that bad. I I think they're probably hovering in the 1, maybe 200 range, especially because they're only a couple hundred miles from the Elsinore servers that are in New Jersey, I believe.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, but I think if somebody were in California having that bad of internet, their ping would be in trouble. Coming to you all the way from India in 7th place, Jack Haley. Speaking of people who lag.
Well, Haley's coming off of a great week last week. He led
Yeah.
a fair portion of the late stages of that main event last week in Indianapolis before Tyson Fresquez cleaned him out and went on to take the win. But Haley still finished on the podium, which matched his career best.
Yeah, I was too busy sweating around in the back of that pack last week to notice anything going on up front.
Well, Haley's going to look to improve tonight. He definitely had the speed to run up front with those guys, but Tyson was just very tenacious in getting that lead back after he crashed on, I believe, lap 16 of the main event, and it would be lap 18 that Fresquez would take Haley out.
Ooh, speaking of things going on up front, Fresquez versus Birkin starting to heat up for the lead.
White flag this time by, too, so this is going to be the battle for the win between these two.
Yeah, gap's been hovering right around a second. Mullins is hanging in tough. He's only about 2 seconds behind Fresquez. Ooh, little mistake there, though.
Yeah, it looks like they are working through lappers heavily already, too. Oh, Fresquez got a little out of shape on the tire tap. And Burkeen jumps off the track. Oh, and Fresquez puts him on the deck.
Fresquez.
But he makes a mistake of his own.
Fresquez on the ground right there.
Wow, crazy action, but Fresquez now to the lead,
Yeah.
and he throws a naughty scrub on the Supercross triple. Burkeen able to remount in second still.
Jeremy Smith is back into the 4th place position. Putting him up into a transfer spot. Chapman back to 6th. His last lap was his fastest lap of 54.4, so I'm not sure. I think something happened in the meantime with him and James Armstrong.
Good point. Well, it's going to be Tyson Fresquez who takes the win here in 450 Heat 1. And Burkeen able to settle for second, Mullins third, and it looks like Smith is going to be able to hold off Haley for 4th. He's got the 108 machine right in front of him, moves out of the way. And Smith does indeed transfer right into the main event out of this one. Haley will have to settle and go to the semi. Russ Chapman is not moving in the middle of the track here.
Russ Chapman says, am I allowed to swear on this stream?
Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion, pardon my French. Russ Chapman said, fuck this game.
All right, so Russ Chapman hitting us with that 13-year-old cursing.
Yeah, I wonder where he learned that.
That was a nice line from Mr. August Sanders as he wheelied over the single coming to the line, and Downen rounds out the top 10. Maxime Tissot, the French rider, way back here in P11 right now. And he is the last of the runners on the lead lap as he goes down, so we're going to wait for him before we get cuts. Other than that, it's Wheeler, Ryan, Wells, Pappy, LaRoche, and that was it. 16 runners started this 450 Heat 1. So we shall wait for cuts.
Yeah, Tissot pushes the wheel into that berm. All right. Ooh, Fresquez actually just about lost that one on cuts.
Yeah, he had 2.3 seconds of cuts. It's lucky that Burkeen had a whole second of cuts, or you're right, he definitely would have lost it. So it is.
Yeah, I think a lot of that probably came from that second turn when Fresquez kind of hopped over into those middle bales.
Yeah, you're right.
Trust me, I would know about cutting hay bales.
So it's confirmed that Smith, Mullins, Burkeen, and Fresquez did transfer through into the main event out of that one via the final results. And now we're waiting to load in for 450 Heat number 2, which will feature defending champion and currently second place in points, Hunter Root.
Shocker, Hunter Root is wearing a set of gear that I cannot see.
All right, and we're off for 450 Heat 2, and it looks like the 28 machine of Heberlein is going to squeak to the inside, and he gets the whole shot.
Yeah, Root was down. It looked like the 731 of Drew Swenson came into the first turn at about Mach 10 and just decided that everybody was a better berm than the actual berm.
Oh, and then Heberlein collects his teammate Honeywell, and Siebold goes to lead, but he cases the crap out of the triple. He's down, and now Shipley's down as well, as all riders are scattering all over the place.
Wow.
Carlin around, and Zaworski finds his way through on the
Root get to
two-stroke.
third?
Root all the way up to third, now second. Or no, still third. I apologize. I thought I saw a Splitfire rider down. And Root is running an all-black set of Thor gear without his number on the rear of it. Oh, and Zaworski, who was in that P4 ride, just goes down on that two-stroke. So he'll get it fired up and turned around. Always repping the two-stroke clan on that number 608 SYS racing machine.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to work his way from the back. In fact, actually, not anymore as Shipley's down.
Goes down in the corner.
So back up front, it's Honeywell, and now Heberlein gets up right in front of Root. Still holding down second, but Root's right on him.
Carlin for the quad.
To the inside of Craig Leak, and he still just narrowly clears the triple. Now Leak's going to come to the inside, but he's not going to get the door shut as Carlin squeaks by.
Yeah, Leak was nice to him there. He could have taken them both out. Ooh. Leak actually ran into that corner really deep, and he has a history of having some lag. So I was surprised that he and Carlin didn't just connect and go down there.
Yeah, very close quarters, and like you said, Leak has always had some kind of iffy internet.
Yeah, being somebody who's been racing these past few weeks, Leak is one of the more frustrating riders to race with. But, you gotta deal with the same thing. Everybody's got to deal with them.
Yeah. So Root is going after Heberlein right now for the number 2 ride. And Siebold's kind of creeping up into this mix on the number 10 ART Reflex Designs machine. And now here's Root to the inside. He's going to get Heberlein easy as pie.
Yeah, it looks like Heberlein kind of grave dug it in the rhythm there, but...
very clever, Byron. As Heberlein makes a mistake, he's going to jump off the track, and he's down. He's off the stadium, actually. He goes out of the stadium. Fortunately, those walls are not concrete, or else his virtual character would need a trip in the ambulance, perhaps.
Yeah, he might have been on his way to Game Crash City there.
So Carlin assumes the 4th place ride, and he's got a pretty healthy gap now over Leak. Lap 4 of 6.
We are halfway through this second 450 heat race tonight.
Heberlein gets up behind Spencer Turley in the 7 spot. Then it's Oakley, Strelo, and Hoffman inside of the top 10. Looking a little further back, looks like Crane's having a rough go of it, and Shipley's down with Zaworski after the whoop. So really rough night, or opening heat race that is, for Jeremy Shipley. He will definitely be going to the semi.
Yeah, Shipley's been going really fast. I think he's been going fast his whole MX Simulator career. But, man, that consistency in his starts, he just tends to make a lot of mistakes when it counts.
Yeah. So we got a change for the lead coming across the line now to complete lap 4 as Root has taken it away from Honeywell. I believe I just caught the tail end of a tip over from Honeywell, and that may have been the exchange that we saw. And it's allowed Carlin to close up.
Your 4th place rider now, Siebold, I believe he was up higher but was down after the whoop section. So race Carlin to 3rd, Honeywell 2nd. They are lapping Shipley right now.
That's got to be frustrating for Shipley. But
yeah, Craig Leak is back with, he has the Ryan Dungey gap to Jeremy Siebold right now. He can see him, but he isn't close enough to make something happen.
He's kind of waiting here, hoping maybe Siebold makes a mistake. If not, he'll have a stab at him on the last lap, which will be coming up. Leaders crossing the line right now, so white flag in the air.
Race Carlin at a 52.3, the fastest lap of this heat race as they run.
Oh, but he makes a big mistake. Oh, man. Did not look comfortable, and he's just still making mistakes.
Man.
Fortunately, he had a good gap to Siebold. Oh, and Craig Leak just tossed it over the berm.
Ooh.
He's going to sweep around and get back on the track, but he lost a lot of ground. to Siebold.
Interesting that with the mistakes that Carlin made, Honeywell must have done something as well, because Carlin is still right there on Honeywell.
Yeah, well, Roots definitely stretched it out here on this last lap. So Team
Yeah,
Volcom is going to sweep the heats here. 2 points leaders in the championship, only separated by 11 points. And it is going to be Hunter Root that takes the win in 450 Heat 2. Dade Honeywell picks up a second, Race Carlin over the line in third, and Siebold takes home the fourth and final transfer. Leak, Heberlein, Turley, Strelo, Crane, Oakley, Young, Bergeron, Hoffman, Zaworski, Shipley, Swenson, and Whelan all missing out.
Whelan actually disconnected on the first lap. It's interesting to see what happens there, but yeah.
All right, so while we wait for the 250 class to get going, we'll go ahead and pull up the 450 standings on your screen right now. And there is that 11-point gap that we just mentioned. Tyson Fresquez ahead of his teammate Hunter Root, 254 to 243. Matt Burkeen not too far back, but over a race distance behind in third on 216. Ryan Mahan in fourth on 187, and Jeremy Shipley on 178. So Shipley, fifth in points, definitely wants to make the main event tonight. Did not look like it was going his way in that heat race.
Is Mahan even here tonight?
That is a great question. I don't remember if I saw him that last heat race, and he's definitely not in this one. Well then, there you go. Perhaps fourth place in points, not here tonight. That could shake up the championship a little bit. Perhaps Shipley finished inside of the top 10. He'll earn enough points to move into the fourth place position.
Yeah, back when I had some ambition and was writing my staging area column every week, I was noting for a couple weeks that it seemed like Shipley was closing up the gap on Mahan for that fourth place position in points, but then Mahan went out, he won Toronto. I think, no, did Mahan win Toronto or did Tyson win?
No, that was Mahan.
Oh yeah, Mahan won it. All right, so he won Toronto, and he's been looking better, but 250s. Let's do this.
All right, we're underway in 250 Heat 1 as I just loaded in time, and Schmitty Werben-Jagerman Jensen, the points leader, pulls a huge hole shot. He's patented for those, getting really good starts this year, and it's helped him get to the point that he is right now with that red plate. So here we go, 6 laps, top 9 transfer. All the runners go to the last chance qualifier in this 250 Heat race. Oh, Schmidt.
Wow, I'm calling up the best lawyer I know.
Yeah, we've got a couple cases in town tonight. These guys are coming up short on that triple, not getting enough drive, especially on these 250 machines out of that tight 90-degree corner before it.
Yeah, even in my experiences playing the track, it's been pretty tough to get on the 450 from the inside without a good arc in the corner.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how bad it is on a 250F.
Absolutely. So Schmidt and second in points, Quentin Deese is right there with him. These guys are only separated by a single point in the championship right now. I'm glad I finally have Deese's machine too.
Yeah, I heard some rumblings of some potential team tactics going on with this VPC factory racing team.
Ooh.
Interesting to see how that shakes out.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. VersusPC.com, versus-PC.com that is. Check them out, an official Race Factory Gaming sponsor. And sponsor this
PC
team.
is coming in huge with some prizes for this triple crown that they're putting on. Awesome to see some support for the game.
Yeah, not only the Triple
won in the
Crown
wrong
too,
year.
but they're also paying out $125 to each Coastal 250 champion and $250, I believe it is, to the 450 champion. As Quentin Deese takes the lead.
Wow.
So Deese
Again,
is ripping here tonight as he gets around Schmidt.
yeah, again, I say it with all these prizes, man. I won in the year that there were no prizes.
I apologize for you guys in chat right now that seem to be having issues with your stream. On my end, I've got my internet working pretty flawlessly. No unordinary issues. No frames dropped, nothing. So.
Switch.
Yeah, I don't know what people are saying. Some people saying stream all good, some people saying it's not good. Obviously, if you're watching this back on YouTube, you're not watching the live stream. But those of you that can hear us on the live stream, just a reminder that all of this is being simultaneously recorded. And if there's anything that you may miss on the stream tonight, you can always watch it back on our YouTube playback, which will be up tomorrow. Won't miss a single beat there.
I want to give a quick shout out to local Illinois kid Corbin Lenaway hanging around there in 4th. If anybody's looking to buy a 2014 Honda 250F, hit up Corbin Lenaway on Facebook. He's selling one.
Good to see Lenaway running up front. Usyk is in 5th behind him. And then the British rider, Fred Heather, has chased Blakely right behind him. Blakely damn near won the main event at Toronto, only just lost it to Tanner Rogers. He's on a new ride this week. Had been riding the Blakely powder coating machine. Now he's on the mainline coffee coat ride, which the team just started up this week. So, new stuff,
I guess
new digs.
The powder coat stuff didn't have enough caffeine for him, so he hopped on the coffee company brand.
It would appear so. Walter Gebhardt runs in the 8th spot, and Gasparian on the 905 has just lost the final transfer spot to Team Splitfire's Russell Cruza. So the 905 of Cruza gets by the 905 of Gasparian. We've got a conflict of interest here in the 905 department. Interested to know whether or not Russell Cruza is from the 905 area, as that's the reason I think Bronson runs the 905. That's the telephone code.
Russell Cruza is from the Ryan Mahan Heberlein group of friends. He's from Ohio.
There you go. Cruza not from the 905.
Yeah, actually, Gasparian is running 915 as his in-game number.
All right, well, that makes a little bit more sense. So white flag will be out next time by for your race leader, the 139 machine of Quentin Deese. And he looks fired up tonight.
On it right now.
As we stated, only a point back of Tyler Schmidt, and he has just caught and passed Tyler Schmidt in this heat race, which could prove deadly for Schmidt's points lead in tonight's main event if those guys start together again.
Yeah, and his teammate Tanner Rogers hanging around. He's closing the gap on Schmidt right now.
Schmidt in a VP racing or a VPC racing sandwich. I apologize. I wanted to say versus PC, but they apparently officially named it VPC Racing.
Oh, Lapper just went in for it on Tanner Rogers.
Oh man, all kinds of chaos going on as Quentin Deese is going to bring it home here. Heat number 1 winner in the 250 class is Quentin Deese, and Schmidt just going to hang on for the number 2 ride over Rogers, who's chasing him all the way home. Usyk looks to have 4th unlocked, and Lenaway all alone in 5th as well. Fred Heather going to the main out of 6th, Gebhardt out of 7th. Blakely and Cruza in 8th and 9th. They should be good to go. Gasparian a little ways back. So they just got to cruise it in. And indeed, Russell Cruza will go to the main event out of this one. Gasparian, Rose, PV, Mora, Medina, Jones, Williams, George, Jackson, Carter, Carlo headed to the last chance qualifiers. All right, so Quentin Deese takes the win out of this one. And speaking of versus-pc.com, they are a huge supporter of MotoAgogo, twitch.tv/MotoAgogo, a full-time live streamer over there on Twitch. And he's got a really cool thing going on right now called the 2016 St. Jude Race for the Kids. And he's hosting a 4-round series, which kicks off tomorrow night. That's April 15th at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can check it out on the forums. All he's asking is that you give a $5 or more, you can give more if you want, donation to the St. Jude link that is included in the post there on the forums. This entire month, actually, for MotoAgogo, he's doing a St. Jude promotional month, if you will, where all donations are going directly to St. Jude, not into his pocket whatsoever. So really good stuff that Moto's doing, and I highly recommend you check out that series on the forums and donate to a great cause that Moto is putting forth over there. looks like a
Yeah,
fun
good
event
on
to be
him
a
for
part
doing
of.
that. I think that's the first charity series that I've seen going on through the MXS community. So it's restored some hope.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really cool thing that Moto's doing. And as we said, versus PC backing him with all that. So a huge supporter of RaceFactoryGaming.com. And of course, Moto Gogo, also a supporter of RaceFactoryGaming.com, as he hosts the live stream for the Amateur Supercross Series, which goes down every Sunday night after the real races. So that's cool that he does those. And back to racing here in the Edward Jones Dome. We have got 250 Heat 2 action ready to go, and the gate is down. Oh, looks like
Ooh.
Copeland and Mills going to fight for it in turn 1, and it's Mills. No, actually, well, he gets the lead, but someone on the inside may have stole the whole shot. And Batchelor to the inside puts him on the ground. So the 91 TM Factory Racing machine of Daniel Batchelor takes over the race lead. Oh, man, those guys are scaring me on this Supercross triple here.
Oh! Chase the Cell almost destroys Derek Thorpe.
So up front early, it's Batchelor. Oh, Copeland just slid out. He's going to go back to 4th. So Thorpe and DeSalle get by, then Copeland, Robertson, Mills, McDonald, Frizaka, Callaway, then Connor Linz, the fast rider out of Great Britain, trying to get to the inside of Jesse Callaway, who, by the way, Jesse Callaway, I thought he just had a great ride last week in Indy. With that 5th place in the main event, I thought it was just he'd been putting in good rides all year, and that was his best ride. No, I was wrong. That was his first ever main event, and
Wow.
he finished 5th. So really good stuff out of Callaway.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a freight train going on right now in front of Connor Linz.
Yeah. Oh, and riders down. That looks like Mills
Oh, yeah.
and Copeland maybe. No, for
Riders down
Zaka.
in the corner also.
So Lynn's going to pick up a couple spots, and it looks like he has moved up to, well, timing and scoring is
Oh,
resetting. There he is in 7th.
Oh,
We got
wow.
a bunch of chaos,
Oh,
and Lynn's
wow.
somehow got through all that. I think he maybe got 4 or so spots in the process, so he may be up to as high as 3rd.
Yeah, that was... Whew.
And we got a change for the lead momentarily as
Oh.
Batchelor slid out, and then Thorpe took it away and slid out by himself.
Alright, so who was up there but is no longer?
Whew.
Chase McDonald wanted me to make fun of him, but I don't really know what to make fun of him.
Oh!
I'm just gonna say he sucks because he isn't winning.
Oh,
Ooh, riders
man.
down.
3-rider train going into that corner, this Famimex U-turn here, and Dylan Copeland just cleaned out Derek Thorpe. They were 2nd and 3rd, and it's still going as Copeland puts Thorpe over the berm onto the opposite side of the track. I don't know what Copeland is mad about. He was the one who cleaned Thorpe's clock. That was entirely his fault. And Thorpe definitely losing the most positions out of it, which is unfortunate. And Frizaka off the track there. So back up front, it's still Batchelor, but DeSalle now 2nd, and Linz all the way up to 3rd. So smart riding from Linz has led him from 9th to 3rd in the matter of 2 laps. As DeSalle goes down and Linz just squeaks by to move into 2nd.
Chase McDonald, ooh. Got a little pirouette going on there into the face of that first jump.
Oh man, and then Callaway got out of shape, almost ran into the back of McDonald. Copeland also out of shape.
Trevor
Here comes
Doiron on the
Fugler.
ground there.
Yeah, Doiron getting up backwards, trying to get going. So Fugler now, I believe, is in the last transfer spot. Actually, he is going to get around for Zaka, and this should allow Derek Thorpe up into the mix again. Not quite, though. So for Zaka, final transfer. Now Fugler on the back of Dylan Copeland here. These Tagger Designs and Motorcycle Superstore Suzukis look almost identical. It's very hard to tell them apart. Here's Copeland on the Tagger Design Suzuki and Fugler on the...
Fugler to the inside.
Yeah, and the Motorcycle
Big
Superstore
stick.
Suzuki. And he lands on his teammate. That's Callaway, and Copeland goes into the mix. And then there goes the Tagger Designs right up for Zaka through. There's just yellow and blue Suzukis everywhere with this green Kawasaki. A Thorpe trying to get into the mix. And Thorpe puts, that's Callaway on the deck. No, that is Copeland. He took Copeland out again.
Wow,
So-
yeah.
Copeland took Thorpe out, got up, tried to push him off the track, and then Thorpe pays him back with a little rubbing of his own.
Man, Thorpe got him there. That was a good one.
Woof. Good
That was
racing
straight
here.
out of the Kevin Windham School of Block Passing, a la David Villeman, Phoenix 2004. Anybody?
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, battle for the lead. Linz gets by Batchlet and puts him on the deck in the process. So now Linz on the 31 takes over the race lead.
Oh, Chase DeSalle jumping off the track in third.
And here comes Robertson on the 864. Not close enough,
Mills'
though.
gay team ride.
Oh,
The
Fugler.
Motorcycle Superstore teammates down together yet again.
Yeah, on the same triple, no matter.
Dylan Copeland, he's going to have a shot at these two.
That's the last transfer spot is Fugler. Oh,
Oh.
Copeland is down off the bike, too. So now Callaway, is he going to get dirty with his teammate for the last transfer spot here?
I kind of hope so. But we still have another lap.
Yeah, white
I
flag
thought
in
this
the
was
air.
going to be some last lap shenanigans, but
So Fugler
Yeah,
trying
they-
to hang on.
they have Owen Hillman in front of them running a 58 flat fastest lap, so they're going to be catching him rather quickly.
Oh, Fugler almost over the
Oh.
bars, and he misses the rhythm a bit here. So Callaway closes up just a smidge more.
Yeah, Fugler kind of nose bumped that tabletop right off the start.
Yeah. This time they do not land on each other on the triple.
Ooh, change for the lead yet again.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
Batchel's trying
Batchel's
to
got
hold
it.
up Linz.
And here comes Linz, and DeSelle's in the mix. Batchel's going to the inside. Oh, and Linz squeaks around the outside. Batchel's trying to shut the door. Oh, and he lays it down. Linz takes the win. And DeSelle comes across second. Batchelor, Robertson, McDonald, Ferzaka, Hillman, Thorpe, Fugler, Callaway trying to make it in. Fugler in the last transfer
Watch
spot.
Fugler clean out Thorpe right here.
I think he's going to go for it, or maybe he's just
Nope.
sitting back. Callaway's not close enough. And so Fugler makes it in. Callaway not going in yet. Neither is Copeland, Betts, Light, Kohenauer, Saulnier, Mitchell, Soul, Mills, Doiron.
Oh my, there's riders down in the sand. They're dropping like flies.
So we'll wait for cuts to come in, but I'm going to go ahead and open up the 250 standings on your screen real fast so we can take a look after the heat racing is done now. Versus PC sweeps the heat race wins with Quentin Deese and Connor Linz, and they're trying to catch Tyler Schmidt tonight, who is on 81 points, Deese on 80, Blakely on 76, Richards on 69, and Linz on 65, tied with Colton Mitchell, also on 65. So a very close fight for the championship here. Only 16 points separate the top 6, and we still have 4 rounds to go, including this evening. So this is pretty good racing.
New developments in the results. Owen Hillman on 3.5 seconds a cut loses a transfer.
Oh, wow. Hillman, yeah, he was 6th or 7th and goes back to 10th.
Yeah,
Wow.
Hillman was 7th and ended up 10th.
That is crazy. So Callaway gets in via those cuts.
Wow, we are not messing around in the race order tonight.
Right into these semis. 450 semis now on the gate here. Oh, man. Very limited field tonight, obviously, with only 40 signups and roughly, if I could guess, about 34 people showing up. But we're still going to make a good run of it as Shipley's got the far inside gate, and we are off and running here in 450 semi number 1. Excuse me, as Strelo on the 56 cuts down to the inside and grabs the hole shot. Oh, nope, actually Heberlein just able to edge him for the hole shot, but it's Strelo with the early lead as the 733 of Armstrong tries to show him a wheel. So Strelo looking to make his second main event of the season right here as he's going to come together with Armstrong. And oh, no! Armstrong got RKO'd into the ground, and Strelo...
Oh, Jeremy Shippey.
Strelo just stayed up.
I was actually going to comment, but I was eating a big old wad of spaghetti. Drew Swenson in the second rhythm section crossed over the track and just cleaned out Samuel Bergeron's front wheel, took them both down.
Heberlein is down with the lead, and it causes Donovan to get stacked up as more riders are going all over the place. I was going to say that when Armstrong here and Strelo came together. That if you think all the way back to Anaheim too, I know that's a long way to remember back to.
Oh yeah,
but Strelo leading the LCQ there got cleaned out on the last lap, 2 corners from the finish by James Armstrong for the lead. There was nothing in it for Armstrong to make that pass whatsoever, but he cleaned Strelo out, and Strelo missed the main event that night. Ended up 5th in that last chance qualifier, so perhaps Strelo looking for a little payback with James Armstrong tonight if he can.
Yeah, James Armstrong has been relegated to the last transfer spot as they stand right now.
Looks like
Neil Wells to the ground.
Yeah, and he is on the outside, so he should be safe there.
Wow, Shipley just almost died.
So Armstrong is in that, well actually he's 4th, so Shipley would be in the last transfer spot. Top 5 out of this 5-lap semi-race. By the way, Patrick Evans here on the 7-Eleven is trying to make his first main event since 2012, if I'm not mistaken here. And Armstrong is showing him the wheel. How did Evans stay up? Are you kidding? No front end lock there? What is this, JLV?
Wow.
If that was anybody else,
does look like he's having a little bit of lag.
Yeah, but I mean, if that was anybody else, and he goes down here, and it's gonna collect Heberlein and Shipley, and around the outside goes Pappy, but he has to hold up.
Shipley!
Shipley cases, Pappy doubling.
Doubles the triple.
Look at these guys all locked together here. Heberlein in the last transfer spot as they run. Pappy outside looking in.
The last 2 positions right now, Swenson and Bergeron are just messing with each other.
So right now it's Strelo, Crane, Armstrong, Shipley, Heberlein in the top 5. And Pappy puts it up at the top of the sandberm. I thought he was going over, but he made a big mistake coming out, loses some ground.
Yeah, I think Brock Pappy is upset that unlike the California Classic, it's actually not faster to go straight through the mechanics area as opposed to riding on the track.
Oh, man.
I can't wait for the shit I'm going to get for that comment.
Man, even these 450 guys look to be struggling to get decent drive out of that 90 before the Supercross triple.
Yeah. Oh man, Swenson is a lapper. There's actually a 3-way battle for the lead right now.
Whoa, it is.
Crane around. Has Crane always been in front of Armstrong?
No, well, actually, yeah, I think he had. Oh, he crosses him, and Crane is down off the bike, and Pappy may get there in time. Armstrong goes through, and he's going to get behind Heberlein, so still in transfer, but the last transfer. I want to keep an eye on this battle up front, though, because I think Armstrong is slowly reeling in Strelo, and we talked about it at the beginning of this race, that these two may not be the best of friends. I remember Strelo was not too happy in the least bit after that LCQ.
Yeah, if you want to keep an eye on that, I'll keep an eye on the last couple transfer positions and see what's going on.
Yeah, it looks like it's... Oh, Armstrong is pushing hard here, but it's opened up just a little bit here on this last lap. Strelo stretching it out just a smidge more.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch 2 battles at once right now, even though it isn't really a battle. Tyler Crane!
Oh, and here comes Pappy.
Pappy is there.
So it looks like Strelo is going to take the semi-win, and he does. Armstrong going through with him.
Pappy going for it.
Is he going to shove it in here on Crane? I don't think there's enough time. Crane good in the last corner. Pappy pushing off the track. And he ends up in 6th, so Crane, Heberlein, Shipley, Armstrong, Strelo to the main as of now. We'll wait on cuts. Pappy, Donovan, Wells, Wheeler, Evans, Bergeron, Swenson. 12 runners in this one. Wow, so Shipley ends up 3rd in this one. Armstrong, Strelo. We'll wait for cuts as we said. Kellen, Brauer in boot tonight with 2014 MotoOption Supercross champion Byron Downen, and we are just wrapping up 450 Semi 1. Cuts are in, and it all stayed the same except for Heberlein passing Shipley. Oh, Armstrong took the win. I apologize. So Strelo, 1.30 seconds of cuts, it looks like, loses the semi win to Armstrong, but they're still going to the main event, so I don't think they care too much. It's only a 1 gate pick loss.
Yeah, 450 semi 2 lining up on the gate right now.
Should be about, well, there's 13 runners in this one. There was 12 in the other.
Yep, 13. The last position on the line, well, he's 2 gates in from the box. Russ Chapman, they let him out of daycare enough for this one.
I'm taking a look at Douglas Oakley in the middle of your screen here as we are ready to go. 450 Semi 2 is underway here in St. Louis, and Oakley gets a good start, but he's going to get squeezed by Tassone and Sanders, and it's the Colonel of the number 42 of August Sanders takes the whole shot away from Maxime Tassone. Then LaRoche and Turley with Haley, Chapman, Zaworski, and Oakley up here.
Yeah, you can hear that 252 stroke from across the stadium as he runs into the back.
Yeah, Chapman got all out of shape at the end of the rhythm section.
LaRoche on the ground.
Oh, Sanders just threw it down on the triple.
Oh, Oakley to the last transfer spot around Chapman.
Well, this could be good. Oakley, not necessarily the cleanest of riders. Oh, but he's going to jump off the track. Oh, he still saves it and gets back on. And now Chapman.
Craig Leak out of nowhere.
Yeah, Chapman gets passed by Leak. Just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Man, Leak is really looking good here tonight. Did not get a very good start in this semi, but he rode great in his heat, and he's trying to get Oakley for the last transfer already. As he cut inside. Oh, wow, he cuts over the rut, and he just puts Oakley on the ground. That was a very aggressive move for only the second lap of the semi, and it took him down and actually allowed Chapman to get by them both. Oh, Oakley just explodes. Very interesting. Oh, and Turley is down. Yeah, he just stood it up on the front wheel here in these versus PC bales. So Chapman gets through, and here comes Leak. He gets through for the time being, almost a midair touch. Oh, and then Chapman makes a big mistake here at the end of the whoops. Here's Turley as he looking to the inside. Not quite.
Oh, man, leader's down. Tassone and Sanders were down together. One of our 250 main event competitors, Fred Heather, not very happy with Maxime Tassone today.
Yeah.
With some happenings in EMF earlier.
Not happy at all with Fred. He slurs his British words every once in a while, but he was really going full ham this afternoon on Tassone. Tassone runs second behind Haley.
It appears to be a load of bullocks, but we're in RF right now, so... Interesting line by Turley in that right-hand 90-degree corner before the triple. He just kind of was on the inside, then hopped all the way out to the berm to get a good run at the triple. Lost about a second doing it, but hey, if it works, it works. Yeah, well, it fits and chips for a low flat rate.
I guess if he's trying to get the drive to do the triple, rather be safe than sorry and stay close to this battle. As Leak is still in the last transfer spot, he's all over Russ Chapman, who's all over August Sanders in his own right. Got a 3-rider train here for P3 on the racetrack.
Wow, yeah, August Sanders running up. The 3 riders behind Sanders all just ran a 55.1 lap time, and Sanders ran a 57.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, those guys are definitely closing in as Chapman makes a little mistake, cuts the bales, and then, he's casing the triple. Oh, big time. Able to save it, though. He only loses the 1 spot and stays in transfer.
Yeah, he's going to have cuts, Chapman's going to have to beat Turley, though, by a solid margin, because I bet you he's going to have cuts.
Absolutely. He cut the absolute piss off those bales. And we have a question in chat. Why do I have the Volcom skins on me right now? Well, you may have noticed I actually did opening ceremonies this week, so I apologize. Tyson Fresquez was the last opening ceremonies that I did, and I forgot to change the skins. I apologize.
Wow. Burn you at the stake or something. Ooh, so new developments in 3rd place. Craig Leak is around Sanders.
Yeah.
Pulling away at that.
Chapman is pushing onto the back of Sanders now with the ever-lurking Spencer Turley right behind him. And as you said, Chapman has to get Turley by a fair margin here if he wants to make the main with those cuts.
Oh, Chapman's going to get Sanders.
Yeah, you got Sanders. And
Wow.
Sanders is going to have Turley to the inside, and Turley shoves it in. And he's going to get up there still side by side. Oh, and they're... How did Sanders land that? He's getting up. What is this? What is this? He's trying to go backwards.
Wow.
He cut a portion of the track there himself because he did not get back on. Oh, he is pushing hard. He doesn't want to miss out as Jack Haley wins the semi. Semi 2 in the books. Haley with the win. Tassone, Leak over the line. And Chapman over the line. And Turley going to get the last transfer spot. Pretty substantial amount of a gap here from Chapman back to Sanders. It's about 5.3 seconds, it looks like. Sorry, I apologize. That's actually 6.3 seconds. So if somehow, some way, Russ Chapman has 6.3 seconds of cuts, could miss the main event. Right now it's Haley, Tassone, Leak, Chapman, and Turley to the main event. Sanders, Young, LaRoche, Oakley, Zaworski. They're having a fight back here. Nate resorting to the two-stroke burn rather than using his fists. I really...
Okay, Doug Oakley just did one of the cool... Oh, he rode that out. That was sweet. He wheelied off the roller before the finish, and it kind of sent him into like a double backflip. And then when he landed on somebody else and stayed on the bike. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, everybody in chat's kind of saying that the stream is crapping itself, but I am really all good on my end right now.
Usually if the stream is crapping itself, it's because Kellen's internet is going out and I don't hear him. But
yeah, but I mean, I haven't dropped frames once.
Yeah, we are 48 minutes into tonight's racing program, already starting LCQs. I think we're going to be in main events before the top of the hour.
Yeah. Colton Mitchell ends up in the LCQ once again. This would be his third trip to the LCQ this year, and the previous two did not go his way. So he wants to make the main event tonight to stay in the fight for this championship, but he jumps the gate a little early and hits it. So look at how far back he is off the start, as it's a land rush into turn one, and it looks like Gasparian was there maybe. And yeah, Gasparian with the whole shot, but he's down in turn two, and it holds up like as Saulnier takes the lead. So Saulnier, Gasparian, Josh Williams, and Jake Rose, the top four. 4 riders in 4 laps going to the main event out of this one. Carlo, Heberlein, Cohenauer. Oh, as Carlo goes down.
Ooh.
Or no,
yeah,
sorry.
Carlo.
Yeah, that was Carlo.
Alex Carlo just ripped it into the ground there. No pun intended, Mason's Honda. But, man.
Good one. That's too good.
Ooh, okay. Who is that even? Josh Williams?
Jay?
Yeah, Josh Williams down in the sand.
So Saulnier leads the opening lap. Jake Rose, Cohenauer, and Gasparian transfer. Heberlein up here in 5th. Heberlein not the cleanest of riders, so he's going to try to put Gasparian on the deck here for this last transfer spot.
Ooh.
Oh, and Gasparian's off the track.
Himself, the locomotive, former suspension wizard, hanging around in 6th there.
And he will have Bronson Gasparian in front of him after Gasparian gets on the track from his off-track excursion in P5 still. They're losing touch quickly, though, with Heberlein. Still Saulnier, Rose, Cohenauer, and Heberlein. Then Gasparian, like George, Jackson, Sol, Carter, Betts. I'm looking for 831. Here he is, Colton
15th.
Mitchell, 15th.
Dylan Copeland right behind him as Mitchell blitzes that rhythm.
Not a good night for Copeland or Mitchell. Mitchell pretty much going to likely eliminate himself from championship contention here.
I don't know, it's seeming like nobody wants to win this 250 East Championship.
That's a good point. I mean, Tyler Schmidt, who's leading the championship, has missed a main event this year, but I think it's pretty hard to say you can miss 3 main events and still win the championship, and that's what Colton Mitchell is looking at right now.
Yeah.
Interesting about Schmidt, though, missing that main event in Detroit. You can just imagine the lead that he may have had he not missed the main event, because everybody else, like you said, running into some trouble so far this season.
Yeah. So JT George is down in 5th. Peter Like runs right into him.
Oh, and yeah. Like looks like he just gave it up.
Yeah, he just hit the old rage quit button.
Actually, that promotes Colt Mitchell up to 7th, and he's trying to get around Kasparian. He's not out of this yet, although Kohenauer is. Oh
yeah, he
man,
is.
yeah. I apologize. Kohenauer is a little bit gone.
Although he is off the track right now, but that's kind of an auxiliary thing, seeing as how there's a 16-second lead.
So Saulnier going to come through and take the win here in the last chance qualifier, it looks to be.
Ooh, Cole Heberlein gets stood up by a lapper.
And Saulnier does win. Rose should be good to go. There he is. Heberlein also through, and Kohenauer is going to round out the top 4 going to the main event. So Mitchell ends up P5, but man, is he a ways down. And also,
Colt Mitchell coming up just short this week.
Just want to mention in chat real quick, someone said, check your bit rate. Well, I will mention that whole 3rd lap of the race, I was actually dropping frames. So that's the first time we dropped frames all night, but it should be fixed now. On my end, it's all green and no frame droppage. So I'm sorry for the issues that you guys are experiencing tonight. This is not usually the case here. Usually we're pretty much good to go.
Yeah. Oh, wow. An elimination race in MXSdesigns.flowtechmxs.com 19850 in 8 minutes. Kellen, are you going to go do that race?
Oh, yeah. We're going to cut right away from the most important Supercross series in all of MX Simulator to go do this elimination race. That's perfect scheduling.
Yeah,
I couldn't have asked for it any better.
But Colin Mitchell, after trying to server play himself into the 450 LCQ by typing server play. Yeah, server. And if he types server play, he will get the message, cannot change status while server is locked.
My favorite is when they get it right, but it's all caps. So they do like server gate and then 27 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 450 LCQ. I don't know who to go on board with, so I'll just look at the Colonel in the middle who got the whole shot in the semi. 450 LCQ, 4 laps, 4 riders to the main event. On the line here and away in St. Louis. And it's a good jump from the 51 of Donovan as he squeezes Bryce Whelan going into turn 1 and snags that whole shot. Hamburger Hoffman in P2, Wheeler 3rd, Pappy 4th, and Swenson 5th as the rest of the field looks to have had troubles through turn 1.
The rest of the field continuing to have troubles.
I would assume that Shipley would be in that mess then? Somewhere. Oh no, Shipley made out of the semi. I apologize. I was thinking of last week or something. I don't know. I'm just stupid. So on board with Chase Donovan, who makes a mistake here, leading just a small mistake, not a big one. That's almost a big one. Woo! Slowly pulling away from 2nd place right now is Donovan. And he will lead lap numero 1. Hoffman runs 2nd. Pretty much all 21 of the other runners in tonight's main event would not like to see this guy in the main event, because they know at some point they will lap him, and at some point it is not going to be a fun time lapping him. So, Brock Pappy, Bryce Whelan, Michael Whelan all want to get by.
Hoffman has malicious intent while being lapped. It's that, one, he is... I feel bad for saying this, but Hoffman's speed is not there with everybody else. He also does not care that his speed is not there with everybody else. And oftentimes his attempts to get out of the way put him right in the way. But we have about 2 laps and several riders closing up. So there's hope for the other 21 riders in the 450 main right now.
Yep. Downen leads the first half of this last chance qualifier as Pappy is closing in on Hoffman here.
Chase Downen, I've heard, has been riding in a state of depression lately because he's upset that the MX Simulator program cannot support a frame rate of 240 FPS.
Yeah, I think he would like to
Because
slow it down
Sally's
by four times, huh? Go 400% slower. That's Chase Donovan's mantra.
Yep. Who needs to sync it to the music? Not us. Alright, well, Brock Pappy is around Travis Hoffman. Bryce Whelan looking to be the next one going on through.
Oh, two-stroke warrior Nathan Zaworski is going to miss out on the main event tonight. As is August Sanders. These guys are way back. Oh, Whelan trying to stick a wheel in there on Hoffman.
Ho ho ho! Oh, so punny.
Oh, and he's down the inside. Oh, Hoffman. Ooh.
Oh, he was so nice to him.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, Patrick Evans as a lapper. What are you doing?
We've got a wild Puma XCS Magic Manning his way through.
Professional magic.
And Hoffman gets
And
back by Pappy, and then Boner airs the triple. Pappy comes up so short. I don't think he has legs anymore. And Hoffman through our camera stand. And he front flips the triple. Is he going to land it? Nice. Well done.
Oh, wow. Hoffman is road blocking.
Bryce
so
Whelan has
hard
got to
right
be
now.
tightening the sphincter in his knickers right now as Hoffman is all over the track in front of him. And they're both down. Oh, good thing Devin Ryan's a mile back. And here comes Chase Downen. And he is going to take the win here in the 450 LCQ. Hoffman somehow, some way survives the chaos and brings it home second. Almost slides out in the last corner. Brock Pappy a third, and Whelan should get fourth. Ryan is still charging, but he's going to fall just short, it looks like. Yep, Whelan over the line. Wheeler, Wells, Sanders, Zaworski on the ground in this corner for the 5th time this evening. So he's getting that two-stroke turned around. For some reason, it pointed him the wrong direction. Oh, but the sweet sounds of the 250 smoker as he lays it over in the sand for the 7th time tonight. Bring it home, Nate. Bring it home.
Man, that sand just loves two strokes.
Oh, it just eats him right up. All right, cuts are in, and it is confirmed. Whelan, Pappy, Hoffman, and Downen to the main event. So 250 main event coming up next, and we will load up the 250 qualifying from tonight's St. Louis Supercross as Connor Linz, who won his heat race earlier on this evening, was your fastest qualifier at a 51.781. That's almost a whole second faster than his teammate Tanner Rogers on the VPC racing machine in second on a 52.5. Colton Mitchell in third, but he is not going to the main event, so Quentin Deese would have made it a VPC Racing lockout in qualifying. With Deese coming home fourth, 53.1. Gunnar Fugler fifth on a 53.2. And it looks like you have to go down to the 9th place position to find Tyler Schmidt, your points leader, on a 53.6. So pretty much 53-54 range for these guys was the standard. With a 52 and a 51 reaching the alien status this week. But man, oh man, those VPC racing, puking in my mouth, VPC racing guys looking good this week. Whew. All right, thoughts on tonight's main event, Byron? Who's winning? Who you got?
Man, as much as I'm a friend of Tyler Schmidt, it's hard to bet against Quentin Deese on this one.
Yeah.
If Quentin Deese pulls a start, he's getting it.
Well, I would counter that by saying I think if Connor Lynn starts in the top 5, he wins no matter who starts out front.
Okay.
It could be anybody's race.
Yeah, we are on the line. I'm watching Connor Lynn's right now to see what happens.
Yeah.
Deese is 2 gates inside of it.
All right, round 6 of the 250 East Championship is underway in St. Louis, and it's going to be Tyler Schmidt who rings down the middle and brings that 94 machine almost into turn 1 first, but it's Tanner Rogers. Tanner Rogers with the hole shot. VPC Racing's own Tanner Rogers takes the lead from Schmidt, then Jake Rose sits third. Walter Jebhart, Corbin Lenaway, Nick Usick gets together with Batchlet, and we got a stack up as Linz is trying to work his way through. And Deese is down. Deese just got ran over. And he is way back.
Destroyed, if you know what I mean.
Ah, clever. So up front, it is Rogers with Smith in second. Rogers not really in this championship fight after missing the first 2 main events of the season. He did win at Toronto.
Rogers was the center of this team tactic discussion that I was hearing rumblings of. Ooh, Jake Rose wants to go for Tyler Schmidt right now.
Yeah, the 822 is looking to pass the points leader here. And he's looking good, too. Oh, he's OJing. Woo! All right, 1 lap in the books, 14 to go in St. Louis. And right now, I think, other than Rogers leading, Schmidt's got to be pretty happy with where he is, as Deese and Linz are not necessarily close to him by any stretch of imagination. But he's back there.
Yeah, he's got a little time, but Linz is about 4 seconds off of Walter Jebhart in 4th.
Again, it looks like...
I think Linz...
Go ahead.
I don't know if Linz has the 15 laps balls out in him, but I know he has a couple really balls out laps.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch for sure. In chat, people complaining again about the stream crashing. I think it just dropped a couple frames there on the opening lap. I apologize for that. Again, reminder though that you can watch all the playback without any of the interruptions tomorrow on YouTube. And I'm not trying to say leave us here right now and wait for it. But if there's anything that you missed or you're frustrated about, you can always catch it back there. And I apologize for the drop frames as they come to you live.
Yeah, lap time's coming through after lap 2. Tanner Rogers at 55.3, Tyler Schmidt 56 flat. Jake Rose holding tough right there at 56.1, Jebhart 56.5. Connor Lynn's the man on the move, 54.2, but has lost some time to 4th. Chase Blakely 56.3. Fred Heather 1 minute .1, Lenaway 1 minute .2 in 8th, 1 minute .1 for Kevin Frazaka in 9th, Dominic Saulnier 1 minute .8 in 10th. That is your top 10 as they run.
You have to go back to 13th to find Quentin Deese, who entered tonight only a point down on Tyler Schmidt. The next closest championship contender to Tyler Schmidt is Chase Blakely, who runs in the number 6 ride right now, right behind Connor Linz. Linz sits 16 back of Schmidt entering the night, so not an immediate threat.
Rose is going to pass Schmidt right here.
And there it is, Schmidt back to 3rd. Rose gets by, and here comes Jebhart. Schmidt not looking that comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, Schmidt looks a little flustered right now. I don't think he was expecting the rando 3-digit guy to hang in with him, but ooh, that's dangerous.
Linz into 4th.
Is around Jebhart.
Like I said, I mean, he is 16 points behind Schmidt, so perhaps if Schmidt is really smart, he doesn't worry too much about him, although I think Linz, like you said, VPC Racing might have some team tactics going on here tonight, and Linz may just get dirty.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how obvious they make it, because we still have 4 rounds of East Coast competition to go, including tonight. So Linz isn't out of championship contention right now.
Yeah. Linz did a 53.9 last time by, so he is really ripping right now, and we're on board with him as he's running down Tyler Schmidt for 3rd.
Yeah, quick little update on your 2nd place rider in points. Quentin Deese, he's in 11th place right now, running back-to-back 55.5 second lap times. Several seconds faster than the riders in front of him.
man.
But yeah, if you were still on board with Linz, you can see that he wants a piece of Schmidt as Schmidt makes a mistake in the whoops.
Yeah, it looks like Schmidt's actually closing back up to Rose, and Linz runs into the back of him, and he's down. I thought that was close, and it was a little bit too close, unfortunately, for Linz as he goes down. But yeah, it looks like Jake Rose under pressure here from Schmidt. Schmidt finding his groove finally.
Is this Jake Rose's first main event right now?
You know, I don't know.
Trevor Doyeron in chat says this is his pro debut.
Very
Man,
interesting.
that's a hell of a ride for your first pro race.
Yeah. I honestly, I mean, I've heard the name Jake Rose in this game,
Yeah,
but I don't know much about the guy.
He's been around on the forum, but yeah, I haven't really heard much about him as far as racing goes, but here he is, 250 Supercross, running in second, holding off the points leader.
So that's got to be a little bit more of a burden off of Schmidt's back, knowing that Linz isn't there anymore after that crash, so he can kind of maybe ride a little bit easier and just wait for Rose to make a mistake. Again, championship-wise, the two guys in front of him aren't really an immediate, threat, obviously with Rose being his first main event right now, but Rogers missing the first two main events of the season is, I believe, over a race distance behind in points. So Schmidt can kind of just worry about running his own race here, I think.
Yeah, all right, lap 6 in the book. Leaders are on lap 7. Quentin Deese in 16th right now.
Uh-oh. It's all falling apart for the rookie.
Yeah, he's trying to make a move on it. That is Jesse Calloway for 15th right now.
I mean, Schmidt himself has never been in this kind of championship situation, but all of these riders around him, Deese and Rogers and Linz, and even to a degree Blakely, I mean, yeah, those guys have never done a series. Blakely, I think this is only his second year. Schmidt's been around the game for years, so he definitely knows how to hold it together, maybe a little bit more experience paying dividends as this series gets deeper into the championship.
Oh, man. Tyler Schmidt is all over Jake Rose right now, and for good reason. Connor Linz running a 54-1 that time by.
Oh, here's Schmidt to the inside, and he shuts the door and still gets the triple clean. Oh, and then Jake Rose hits him from behind and puts him off the track. I think Schmidt is about had it up to here with Jake Rose's shenanigans.
Oh, Connor Linz is on him.
Oh, but Linz cases the triple
as well.
Schmidt's trying to go for this championship, and Jake Rose is just saying, hey, I just want a second place here tonight, but
Nick Usyk is unlapping himself from Jake Rose right now.
And Rogers is actually right there, so, and then Rose is down at a second,
Rose.
And Schmidt actually had to check up, but he gets to the inside of Linz. They're going back and forth. Lap 9, sorry.
Flags are out.
Want to get a race tech top down run down here somewhere, but Schmidt, that wasn't really Linz's fault by any stretch of the imagination, but Schmidt just got held up in the corner. Here comes Gebhardt tripling. Oh, underneath of Schmidt. That was a very dumb line by Gebhardt. Come to expect it from Salty Walty, but man, that was, I don't know what he was thinking. He just jumped right underneath of him. Go to one side or the other, man. Come on. And Fred Heather has found his way up into the top 5 now, so this is going to be the best ride of his career.
Oh, no, things are unraveling for Tyler Schmidt very quickly.
Oh, this is just unfortunate, and I think it all starts with that. Well, I mean, obviously he got put down by Linz, but that was just kind of Schmidt missing the line, but it puts Blakely ahead of him now, so Blakely going to pick up one more point because they're outside of the top 5, one more point than Schmidt as they run.
Oh, wow. Is that Blakely just hitting the ground right there?
Yeah, Blakely just hit the deck, so Schmidt back by. That takes away the point I was talking about.
Yeah, Schmidt just needs to not get flustered right now. A 1:18.4.
All right.
Ooh.
Three-way battle.
Linz has made it. Linz has closed it up on Rogers.
Yeah. And he makes a mistake. Rogers is off the side of the track.
Have it.
Linz to the race lead.
Ooh, Jake Rose is on the ground. Schmidt's coming up to a little train of positions right here, but His first target right now is the dreaded 822 machine, Jake Rose.
Yeah, I don't know if Schmidt's too happy with that move that Rose put on him earlier in the main, but he's just going to squeak by him here, no problem. So that puts Schmidt up into the number 7 ride, which as we run right now would allow Linz to close within, if I'm not mistaken, 3 points.
Yeah, 7th is what, 14?
I think it's 13 points.
13. I thought... No?
No? Okay.
25, 22, 20, 18, 16, 15 for 6.
Oh yeah, 14. So then it would actually
7.
be a 5-point gap. My apologize. My apologies.
Right.
Apologize. Stupid me. So it's Linz, Rogers, Gebhardt, Heather, Frzaka, Saulnier, Schmidt
is
Rose,
about
DeSalle,
4
Blakely.
seconds behind a train that goes to 3rd place.
By the way, Quentin Deese is 12th. So still not making much progress.
Yeah, I mean, he's going fast. He has a 54-second lap time, but man, those mistakes are what's costing him big time.
Oh, Deese to the inside of Lenaway perhaps here. He's trying. Lenaway makes a mistake, so Deese is going to get it.
Fred Heather's starting to break away in 3rd right now.
Oh, Saulnier, a big mistake. And as you said, Schmidt is catching a big group of people he can pass. Saulnier, Frzaka, and Gebhardt all
Saulnier's
here.
not going to jump the triple right here. Will he go all the way to the left?
Nope, and there goes Schmidt around him, so that will put Schmidt into the 6th spot.
Oh!
Oh, and then Frzaka was
is up in
down,
the berm.
and Rose, oh, so that actually helps Schmidt because he gets by
Yeah.
Frzaka too. So he's up to 5th. Chaos, chaos, chaos.
Man. St. Louis in real life over the years has tended to create some crazy racing. MX Simulator tonight, showing no exceptions from that.
How about Fred Heather right now, up in 3rd?
Yeah.
It was, like you said, furious with Tassone earlier in the day, and Aaron Robertson is racing him hard as a lapper. Kind of the mindset of that whole team, to be honest with you, that double Aaron Motorsports ride and riders. D Mills, also a very bad lapper. Not letting Fred Heather have it. Very unfortunate to see. So 2 laps to go for Connor Linz out front. And he's just doing everything he can to fight his way back into this championship. After that win last week in Indy, looking to win here again.
Ooh, Gunnar Fugler just hopped on from off the track, all the way across the track, right in front of Walter Gebhardt, who is a lap down.
Yeah, and he's all over Fred Heather, so again, kind of the mentality of this group. This is like the former Derbyers team, if you will, for anybody that may remember that team. Fugler and Aaron Robertson, D Mills. Fugler makes a mistake, but he's still going to be right in front of Gebhardt, not moving. Oh, and he almost takes Gebhardt down. Next up is Schmidt trying to get around Fugler.
Yeah, ooh. Blakely and Deese are up to the 7th and 8th place position. Deese going for the takeout? Ooh, that was close.
Deese is trying to put on the best charge that he can. It looks like Schmidt's still going to leave here with the points lead. Actually, will extend the points lead just a little bit, but he's losing ground to Linz, which is key, I think.
If Schmidt can keep it close to Gebhardt and Heather right now, we've seen how this track has been on cuts tonight. Will we see a swing here? We also have lappers. I don't see exactly who that is. I think, is that Batchelor up there?
Well, with Linz, you mean?
No. Up there, right in front of Heather.
I'll take a look in a second, but right now, Connor Linz.
The 91 of Batchelor.
Connor Linz is on his way to his 2nd win of the season, and he wins here in St. Louis. Rogers good for 2nd. Heather still 3rd, and Schmidt, like you just reported, is up to 4th. Gebhardt with Batchelor still right behind him, then DeSalle with Blakely actually right behind him, and Deese has dropped a little ways
Heather
back.
Was down. Schmidt is in 3rd.
Oh no, Heather with 3 or so corners to go, blows his first career podium. And that, like you said, only helps Schmidt. So Schmidt going to pick up a podium in what was a wild main event for him. I'm sure he'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
Heather, his best career ride, is a 4th now. And Chase DeSalle ends up 5th. Blakely with a 6th. Gebhardt all the way back to 7th. And then Deese 8th. So we'll try to break down the points. We'll actually post the points after tonight's main events. But it looks as though Linz is pulled within 11 points of Tyler Schmidt. And Deese has dropped 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 more points. So he'd be 8 back, but still 2nd in the championship, as Blakely will drop to 4th with his... Oh, where did Blakely finish? Did I miss him? Oh, he finished 6th.
So Blakely is actually going to pass Deese in the points,
no,
I believe.
Because Deese had 80 and Blakely had 76, and they were only separated by 2 positions. So yeah, Deese will stay ahead of Blakely, and Blakely will fall behind Connor Linz in the championship, but barely. Or will
Russell Cruz
he
is
will.
sitting on the track.
So we need a kick for Russell Cruza. Keep on waiting, waiting to kick Russell Cruza. And there he goes. All right, cuts are in.
Ooh, Schmidt actually had some.
Looks like Gebhardt all the way up to 5th. Came across in 7th, I think. And he goes up to 5th as DeSalle and Blakely. So DeSalle had a ton of cuts. Blakely had some cuts. DeSalle goes back to 7th. Gebhardt up to... Oh, man, it's chaos. We'll look at the points afterwards, but right now I want to pull up the 450 qualifying as we're getting set here for the 450 main event in St. Louis. Hunter Root just edged out by about a half a second. His teammate Tyson Fresquez at a 50.5 for Hunter. Tyson at a 51 dead. Dade Honeywell at a 51.1. Burkeen at a 51.2. Smith at a 51.4. And Seabolt back in 7th, also in the 51s with Race Carlin in 6th on the 51s. I don't know, Byron, Hunter, Tyson, anybody's race here tonight as the parade lap is underway.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to a start and damage control. And, man, I hate to single out one guy, but it's going to come down to lapping Hoffman.
It's a good point.
I mean, with the pace that Root and Fresquez have been known to run, and do you have qualifying up still? What did Hoffman qualify with?
I could pull up qualifying real fast. Take a look at 450 qualifying again. Travis Hoffman qualified 38th with a 57.820.
So about 6 seconds a lap. With those two, Fresquez and Root battling, perhaps, running down Hoffman as a lapper, that could get hairy because they can come up on him fast.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This could get very interesting. Well, we're going to find out. Round 14 of 17. These guys have 4 rounds left to go, and only 11 points separate Root and Fresquez. This has been a dogfight between these guys all year. Tyson looking for his 3rd Supercross championship.
Hunter looking for his 2nd, using every Tyson technique in the book.
Hunter really is like Tyson's protege. They've been on the same team for about a year and a half now. But they've been pretty good friends for longer than that, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a great championship, and this is about to be a very, very interesting 20 laps in St. Louis. So glad that you guys could join us tonight. Byron Downen joining us in booth. Kellen Brauer.
Yeah.
Behind the mic again, as always. 20 laps, buckle in, round 14.
What?
From St. Louis.
Oh, no.
What happened?
Oh, no.
What happened?
I think you ripped for a second. You're good. We're back though.
All right. Well, it looks like the stream crashed for a moment, but remember, we're still recording, so we're going to be recording this start no matter what. I apologize for the live stream viewers that may or may not be missing this start. We are coming back live right now.
Check out Burkeen.
But it's time to go racing. Splitting the boxes, Root and Fresquez. Let's go racing in St. Louis.
Oh, Luke Haberline.
Oh, and Root collects Fresquez going into turn 1 and puts him on the ground. Heberlein on the 28 comes out with the hole shot. It is Heberlein, and Whelan was second, but he cased the quad into the corner. That allows Turley through. Burkeen up in the mix. Tassone, Chapman, Honeywell, Leak, and then Root with Siebold right beside him. And wow, I don't know if Fresquez... Oh, and Root is down. He clips Craig Leak midair as Tassone is down on the outside, and we're going to wait and see. Fresquez is going to get by. No... Oh my goodness, it's chaos. Root and Fresquez are going to be in about the same spot back here, but they are way back here, 11th and 13th. And Burkeen, who is the third championship combatant in this, is in second.
Tyson has the last person in front of him that he wants to try to pass right now.
So Heberlein leads the way, 1 lap in of 20.
Oh my. Look at this freight train back here.
Oh my goodness, it's being led by Shipley, then Donovan, Armstrong, Smith, Tassone, Root, Fresquez, Hoffman, Mullins, all over the line in succession. And Root.
Tassone.
Oh,
Woo.
this is so close with these guys. Your championship contenders are buried right now in 10th and 11th, right behind Jeremy Smith. Armstrong in the mix. Root OJing that triple just a bit. Really revving out that 450 of his. Man, what a championship fight these guys are putting on. Championship standings as they run. I know it's very early, but Tyson would actually lose 1 point in the championship to Root tonight. So Root would close the gap down.
Those two will be
10.
moving forward.
Yeah, they'll be moving forward for sure. Oh, as Jeremy Smith just puts a block pass on Donovan, and Root misses the jump in, so Fresquez gets by, and it swaps just like that. Fresquez now opens the gap out to 12 points as they run. Donovan.
Oh, man, Donovan.
Ooh, this is close. Fresquez is going to go the on-off, and this is definitely the faster line, so he's going to get by, and Root is going to follow him through as Donovan is just not sure what to do with these championship contenders around him.
Donovan does not know what to do with his hands. He needs to slow it down.
Oh, Fresquez. Oh, got a huge kick at the end of the whoops, but thank goodness it was the end of the whoops for him.
Yeah, if that would have happened one whoop earlier, we would be talking about Hunter Root in 9th place right now.
Huh. So next on Fresquez's list is Jeremy Smith, who's actually running really strong, and he has got Armstrong right in front of him. No pun intended there. And then there's chaos going on up here as Siebold and Shipley and Heberlein and Chapman and Turley. They're all 5 of them. In fact,
it's a freight train.
Siebold had to case the double on the Supercross triple because they all checked up so hard, and now it's becoming an even bigger freight train with Armstrong getting into the mix, but Armstrong goes down, so there's another position for Root and Fresquez both.
The benefactor in all this, your new leader, the number 8 of Matt Burkeen.
Wow.
About 9 seconds out on Turley.
And we had talked about it, that Burkeen entered tonight 38 points back in the championship and needed something, anything, to get him back into this championship fight. Perhaps a win is on the cards tonight. As Turley now finds himself in the number 2 ride. Heberlein gets to the inside of Chapman. Oh, and then Shipley loses the front
Burkeen
end.
is off the track.
Burkeen gets going still. Then Turley. Heberlein, Chapman, Siebold, Smith, Fresquez.
Oh, Smith.
Oh, and Fresquez just squeaks by, and then Smith block passes Shipley, so now Smith has, Fresquez has Smith and Shipley blocking Root for him. Got a 4-rider
We have a
train
rider
here.
stuck. That looks like Mike Strela was stuck on the face of the triple.
Yeah. Shipley looked to the inside of Fresquez. Oh, and he gets landed on, and it sends him across the track, and it almost takes
Chapman down in the other lane. Oh,
yeah,
no.
Chapman stayed up, though.
Take Chapman down.
Very, very fortunate that didn't collect Root, though. So these guys are just locked together, Fresquez and Root, not wanting to lose sight of each other. As now the next rider is Russ Chapman, and he is trying to get to the inside of Spencer Turley, but Turley shuts the door as Seabolt's right in front of them in third. Heberlein's back up into the number 2 ride, and Fresquez and Root have caught this train, which is basically battling for second. And, oh, Chapman, I thought he clipped Turley's rear tire, but just able to keep the nose down. Oh, Fresquez. Oh, thought he was jumping off the track there. This is... I'm going to go on board with Hunter Root because all this action is... Oh, right in front of him is... looks like Turley and Chapman just got together, so that's 2 more positions as Fresquez and Root move up to 4th and 5th, respectively, with only Seabolt, Heberlein, and Burkina ahead of him.
I'm not going to stir anything up here on purpose, but I do think Chapman is rather friendly with Root and Fresquez. So was that a suicide mission to get Turley out of the way?
Could have been, although I do know that Turley is not very well liked among the racing pantheon, if you will, right now, and Chapman is probably one of those people that doesn't like Turley that much. So I can see him just...
Turley is right in front of him still.
Wow. So we're on board with Hunter Root here as he's trying to run down his teammate and points leader Tyson Fresquez. He's actually able to get a little bit away from him right now. Burkina still leads on lap 8. Then it's Heberlein, Seabolt, Fresquez, Root, Honeywell, Turley, Chapman. I'm going to stay here. This battle looks good.
Heberlein is off the bike. Fresquez and Root to 2 and 3.
Yeah, because Seabolt had to cut down and avoid Heberlein. So all those points that we had talked about Burkina gaining, it's just pretty much gone out the window at this point.
Yeah. Heberlein had run into Tyler Crane, who was a lap down already. And that just collected Seabolt.
I'm just amazed that these two have come from as far back as they were together without ever really losing ground on each other. I mean, they were 11th and 13th on the opening lap, and here they are in 2nd and 3rd on lap 9.
Your fastest rider on the track right now is the number 17 of Dade Honeywell.
Honeywell, 52.7 fast lap, did a 54.7 that time by. So while we have a little bit of a breakup, I think we're going to go ahead and take a break here and do the Race Tech Top 10 rundown in the 450 main event. Byron, do you want to take it away?
Sure, yeah. Up front right now by a margin of about 10 seconds, we have the number 8 Tagger Designs ride of Matt Burkina. Holding down second, coming from a long way back, the number 21 Red Plate Team Volcom rider Tyson Fresquez. In the 3rd place ride, the number 1 Hunter Root of Team Volcom. 4th place, the number 17 Split Fire ride 2015 250 West champion Dade Honeywell. 5th place, the number 28 Split Fire ride of Luke Heberlein. Number 60, Spencer Turley, holding down 6th place right now. Number 73, the baby himself, Russ Chapman, in 7th place. The number 4, good at everything, raced on a joystick, but I think on a PS4 controller now. Still in a cast, I believe, Jeremy Smith. The number 10, holding down 9th place. I'm not sure what team he's on, but it probably isn't the same one as last week, Jeremy Seabolt. And holding down 10th place, a 733, probably burning up his front brake in corners, James Armstrong.
Racetech.com, people.
Taking over.
Head over to Racetech.com. Chris Riesenberg, marketing director at Racetech.com. Also builds most of the tracks. In fact, built the track this week that you're racing on. So definitely check those guys out, as Russ Chapman just got linebackered over by Dade Honeywell in midair. I don't know how those guys both didn't go down, but Honeywell just kind of nudged him to the deck.
I don't think anybody wants 10th place right now. There's a freight train going from 5th to 8th right now.
Yeah, Turley,
And they're
Smith, Honeywell,
all
Seabolt.
lapping Mike Strelo.
Tough night for Strelo on the 56
Oh!
as Turley gets put on the deck by Smith, and here comes
Honeywell's
Seabolt
gonna
tripling in.
Or not Honeywell, Seabolt.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, Honeywell's in that mix. He's right there behind Smith. Three-rider battle here.
Yeah. Burkeen's holding that gap consistently at about 10 seconds.
Yeah, Fresquez not making any inroads. Root actually losing a little bit of ground on Fresquez these last few laps.
Oh, that explains it.
What's
Tyson just ran a 52.5 second lap
that?
time.
Oh. That resets fast lap, if I'm not mistaken, so.
Looking back through, yes, that is the fastest lap of the race so far.
Fresquez may be on a mission here. He may be thinking, well,
Root just cased the triple.
you know, he's got Root basically covered at the moment. He's probably feeling it. I mean, he's scrubbing the crap off that triple.
He's probably stoned right now. Well, more stoned than he's probably stoned as hell
oh my
right
goodness.
now.
Happy out of. Oh, and Burkeen was down at the other rhythm
Burkeen!
section. I was just about to say, Fresquez knows the gap to Burkeen is close enough that a fall-off crash could mean a race victory for the taking. And 3 points is better than 2 over Root. Even if Root finishes second, Fresquez taking the win would be better than finishing second to third.
It looked like his front wheel was just completely locked in the air. Entering lap 13, we are 11 and a half minutes into this main event. Almost doesn't seem like it's been that long with these short laps. These races just seem to be flying by. Better than the sub 45 second lap times of Santa Clara, but still not the longest lap times. Fresquez almost dies.
Oh, Fresquez is so good on that wall. He stays so low.
Yeah, Fresquez is good at finding that very outside line to basically just ride on the ground over that tabletop.
Damn, man, these guys have really opened it up on Hunter Root now, too. 52-4 for Fresquez. My word, is he feeling it. But Burkeen responds with his fastest lap of the race at a 53 dead.
Root responded with a 52.4 of his own.
Oh my gosh, Fresquez just soaked up that tire tap like it was nothing.
Oh, Burkeen
Off the track. Fresquez to the lead. Wow, this is insane. So points as they run, Fresquez now stretches it out to 16 points en route. But this is far from over, I think.
Yeah, we still have 6 laps and change to go. Oh man, there's a pack of lappers over the finish line right now.
And it
Tyson to a 53 flat, Root's on a burner.
It looks like, sorry, I was going to say, it looks like
Fresquez is down!
Uh-oh, up front, Fresquez went down, and Burkeen has reassumed the lead, and Fresquez has Root all over him. I was going to say that those lappers that you just spoke of are the battle for 10th. It looks like about 10th through 14th, so not lapping up as high as we have seen, but still lapping up towards the top 10 is pretty staggering.
Oh!
Strelo hung up in the corner, almost caused Root and Fresquez to both go down.
Tyson just about jumped to the berm.
Fresquez knows how much it means to finish in front of Root here, I think.
The next lapped rider, I see the only RMZ dyno on the track. That's the 7 Deuce Deuce of Hoffman, and I guarantee you he is in the TeamSpeak channel with Matt Burkeen right now.
If Fresquez can finish ahead of Root here tonight, that means that.
God.
Oh my goodness! And Root gets by.
Root
in a second. Fresquez got held up by Tassone. I was just about to say, if Fresquez can beat Root here tonight, that means that all he has to do for the rest of the season is finish second or better, which is definitely no easy task. But if he did it, he would be the champion by the end of the season. As Root swaps in the whoops. And they've got Shipley chasing him down. This isn't for position by any stretch of the imagination. Shipley is a lap down, but Shipley is right behind these guys. perhaps some mind
Off
games.
and lets Burkeen go.
We got 4 laps to go.
Mullins lets Burkeen go.
Oh man.
Oh,
Fresquez is
Throws
gone
it
down.
away.
Oh my goodness. This is helping Root out a lot though. So
Burkeen!
back to my point about the gap though. If it finishes as they run right now, the gap would be 9 points, which would mean that Fresquez finishing second the rest of the season would not win him the championship because Root would beat him on wins because they would tie. So, wow. This is going to be a fight.
Yeah, as solid as Tyson can be, I think he might be a little flustered right now, especially now that Luke Heberlein is about 2 seconds behind him, not even.
I think the real battle, though, is Root on Burkeen for the lead.
Root's on Burkeen.
Oh, it's just so
new
close.
trend in MX Simulator.
Oh, Burkeen's down! He cased a triple and legs off immediately, but Root makes an even bigger mistake in the next section. Somehow did not go down. I mean, Burkeen just clipped that triple landing. So this really swings the points tide, actually, because now it would be down to just a 6-point gap in the championship, with Fresquez still leaving with the red plate, but he has to finish third here. Oh, and that's not good. Almost off the track, and he's going to get passed by 2 riders. Almost 3. No, just 2. Sorry, Mullins is a lap down. Fresquez back to 5th. 2 laps to go. Wow, this is very tense moments right now, as the championship gap is now down to just 2 points as Smith puts it in on Heberlein, and that helps Fresquez huge as he gets by them both. I don't think he'll get to Burkeen now, as Root is just trying to cruise this one home at this point. White flag in the air, this time by for your race leader, Hunter Root on Team Volcom machine, the defending champion. Matt Burkeen second, Fresquez third. So change the points gap to 6.
Yeah, it's going to take disaster for anybody in front of Fresquez to help him out with these points, but man, Tyson needs to keep it up for himself because he's not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination right now.
Yeah, Smith is still right there. Heberlein not far back of Smith either, so one crash could mean huge point swing again. But man, you got to give it up to Root, who just stayed very poised. Didn't make any overly aggressive moves. He just waited for other guys to make mistakes tonight. And it's going to pay off for him big time tonight, as he's going to close this championship up even tighter. 3 rounds to go, and Root is making a bid for his defending championship. Hunter Root wins in St. Louis. As he takes the win, Matt Burkeen will take a second. Fresquez charged as hard as he could and finishes in third, 3.7 seconds behind Burkeen. Smith matches his number with a 4th, and Heberlein ends up inside of the top 5. David Honeywell, a 6th. Siebold, 7th. Spencer Turley looks like he's going to try to hold off Chapman. It's close. Chapman is pushing. And Turley gets it. And Craig Leake, a top 10 for his efforts tonight. Good ride for Leake.
Yeah.
And Armstrong ends up as the last runner on the lead lap. So we'll wait for cuts, which should be in after one more rider who is coming through here in 17th. There we go. And cuts.
Wow.
Put Fresquez back to 5th. Fresquez had 4.83 seconds of cuts. Fresquez all the way back to 5th in the final standings tonight. And that's going to mean the gap is down to 2 points. 2 points. 3 rounds to go and 2 points. Are you serious?
Wow.
Oh my goodness graciousness. So we will wait for the championship standings to be posted officially on Race Factor Gaming before we leave you guys tonight. But wow, Byron Downen, what a night of racing.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. I guess nothing is certain.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 2 points in this championship, and Burkeen obviously losing out. Well, he picked up 2 more points towards Fresquez tonight, so he's 36 points back in the championship. Well, actually, he would have picked up more on Fresquez. I apologize. He would have picked up 7 points. No, 6, sorry. So he's down to 32 back in the standings, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to be enough to keep it close enough with 3 rounds to go.
Yeah. Whew. I think there's going to be a points lead change or more than one definitely in these next couple rounds.
All right, let's see if I can get the official standings. They are already posted or not. Yes, they are. First look at the 250 East standings, and then jump over to the 450 standings. All right, 250 East standings now on your screen. There they are. RaceFactorGaming.com posting them right away. Tyler Schmidt still leads this championship by 8 points now over Quinton Deese. Then it's Chase Blakely, who actually sits third, so I was wrong. Connor Linz is fourth on 90, so he's 11 back. Blakely 10 back. And Tanner Rogers tied with Craig Richards, 5th and 6th, respectively. And they are a healthy margin back now. They are, looks like 32 points back in the standings. So it's pretty much those top 4 to go to the title fight at this point. And then here's a look at your 450 standings after tonight. Tyson Fresquez still holds just a narrow 2-point gap over Hunter Root. Burkeen, as we said, moves up to 32 back in the standings on 238. Mahan not in the racing tonight. Actually able to hold on to 4th despite Shipley making the main. Shipley only salvaged the 17th place tonight, so not good night for Shipley. Haley, Honeywell, Smith, Heberlein, and Carlin, the top 10 in the standings. Wow. This is going to be an intense championship. 2 points between them with 3 rounds to go. Can't emphasize that enough.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting, and this thing ain't over till the last checkered flag in Vegas.
Not by any stretch of the imagination. So that'll do it for us tonight here in St. Louis. Thank you all for joining us. Be sure to catch us next week. Same time, same place, Start Your Systems TV. That's twitch.tv/Start Your Systems TV. 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We start the show, and we'll be live coming at you from, is that East Rutherford next week?
No, Foxborough.
Oh, Foxborough is first, and then East Rutherford, and then Vegas. Those are the 3 remaining rounds. I want to give a quick shout-out. Thanks to all the sponsors that are on board with the Race Factor Gaming tonight. Of course, the MotoOption Supercross Series, MotoOption Clothing. Check them out. Been a huge supporter. Been title sponsor for 5 years of the MX Simulator Supercross Championship, the Professional MX Simulator Supercross Championship. And Race Tech, the presenting sponsor this year. Always great to have them on board. Checkers there. Pretty much our lifeline through with Race Tech, so hit them up. Also, FamMX.com, folks, check them out. They are the title sponsor of the Amateur Supercross Series, and Tagger Designs, the presenting sponsor of the Amateur Supercross Series. Versus-PC.com also on board. They are hosting the Versus-PC.com Triple Crown this year, as well as the points or the prizing for the points standings winners in the 250 regional and 450 classes. So good to have them on board. Two Wheeler Graphics, Moto A Go Go, everybody that helps out, always good. And thanks Byron Downen for joining us tonight again on the live stream.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you again for having me. It was a fun night.
Definitely. Well, we'll sign off from you guys here in St. Louis, and we'll catch you guys next week in Foxborough. Kellen Brauer here at Start Your Systems. We'll see you guys then.